Okay, it's the end of May, we're going into June, we're going full summer mode, and therefore you're coming along with me as we do my June reset. Okay, it's June and that means we're going to be resetting my life. Obviously books come first, so making sure my TBR is in order for the month is task number 1, and we're gonna go strong fantasy energy, I think, as I really just want to get lost into different worlds, epic sagas, full escapism vibes, and more Tolkien. That's my big one this year. It's to read through all of the History of Middle-earth books, so that's definitely on the list. And I've definitely slightly overcommitted. I've already written down what I want to read. Again, I don't think I'm going to do it. Every single month I do this. I never read what I need to. But the goal is what counts. So let's get into this month's TBR goals and then reset some of the flat as well, just so that we're in a kind of nice space for reading. Okay, so I filled in my TBR in my reading journal and I've went and picked up all the books I want to read, and I think when I wrote them down I was feeling ambitious, and now I've got them all together and they're all, actually ironically, they're all pretty chunky books except the Tolkien books. So let's get into it. The first one is I'm continuing my Wheel of Time read along. So every month I read the next book in the Wheel of Time series. I'm now on Winter's Heart, which is the, I want to say ninth book in the series. This is right off the back of the TV show cancelling, which means I'm never going to see any of the last few books on the screen or this one. But I really love all the characters, and I think the actors who did the series are such good actors for the characters they played. So yeah, well done them for what they have done for the first 3 seasons. I'm so sad that there won't be a new one, but I'm really loving continuing their story by reading it. So yeah, Winter's Heart is great. I'm just finishing up the last of the books. I've actually got it here, I think. Yeah, so book A, Path of Daggers, I'm currently reading, and as you can see I'm nearly finished. I should finish this today so I can start reading Winter's Heart straight away tomorrow, and I'm really excited. So far I'm really enjoying all the storylines. I'm especially liking Egwene's becoming the Amaryllis Sea, I can't even say it. And then obviously Rand's storyline as well, kind of him figuring out how to use the power he has to do good, even when he's actually sometimes not doing good things, it's for the greater good. We also have Perrin and his wife Fail, who I adore. The main storylines this book that I've just done have been very Aes Sedai focused. I'm hoping the next book kind of switches and we see more of Matt, Perrin and Rand in the next few books as well. But yeah, Wheel of Time marathon continuing this year. Next up is actually another continuation of a series. Actually, I think technically all of them are continuations of series, but the next one is definitely a big one, and that is, I've actually got 2 of them here. It is the duo Storm of Swords by J.R.R. Martin. I decided that I wanted to reread Game of Thrones this year as well because I just can't give myself a break with all these big chunky books. I'm going to put both of them down. But Steel and Snow and Blood and Gold, I think. Yeah, Blood and Gold. I want to read these 2 this month, so I'm going to do like 1 week of one week of the other and kind of just smash them out the park. I have no idea what happens in these books. I can't remember like timeline wise, but I hope they're just as good as the previous 2 books I've read this year, and I'm enjoying them so far. Next one is a little bit different. It is Stone of Farewell by Tad Williams, and by different I mean not different at all. It's classic fantasy at its finest. I'm really enjoying this series so far. We read The Dragonbone Chair last month, and then we've got Green Angel Tower to read next month as well, so we're going to do the full trilogy. This is probably, I was going to argue this is one of the smaller books, but it's not. It's like 800 pages, and I've got one of the really old copies as well, so all of the pages are like packed full of text as well, so there's like no break. But I'm really enjoying it so far, so we'll see how it goes. And then last but definitely not least is another 2-parter book series. I'm loving these, and that is The Book of Lost Tales by Tolkien. I have part 1 and part 2, and they are the hardback editions. They came in the Tolkien box sets that I got, I want to say last year, and yeah, I'm quite excited to read these. These are probably the smaller, apart from maybe The Hobbit and the like short stories, these are probably the smallest books in the series. I'm surprised they put them part 1 and part 2 because Mostly the books are like double this size. Like they are this size together basically. Unfinished Tales was this size and that was my book for this month, which actually I read a mix of audiobook and reading, which was actually very helpful. So I might be doing the same with these ones this month. But because they're so small, they're definitely going to fit in my bag even though they're hardback. So that's going to be a good one. So yeah, those are I want to say 5 books. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's technically 6 physical books, but I see A Storm of Swords as one book. I don't know if everyone else does that. I know it's part 1 and part 2, but I see them as one book. And then now I'm confusing myself because technically the Tolkien books are also part 1 and part 2. We're just going to argue it. I've picked 4 books. We'll have 1 week for each. The 2-parters I'm actually going to read like side by side. So I'm going to read Steel and Snow and Lost Tales Part 1 and Blood and Gold and Part 2 Lost Tales in 1 week each to try and like mix it up a little bit, because one is very like textbooks focused. It's a bit like a history book, whereas the other one is more fantasy orientated. So that's how I'm going through them. So yeah, 4 books, 1 a week. Definitely the logic checks out. That's book math for you. Yeah. Which one should I read first, do you think? I think I'm going to go for Winter's Heart because I'm going to finish Path of Daggers today and then immediately start Winter's Heart tomorrow because I want to read more. But then if I do that, I'm going to have to wait 3 weeks till next month to read the next book in the series. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Okay, and then we're switching hands because my wrist was hurting. So you're not over here. Outside of books, what else I want to do is I really want to do more YouTube content. I've been really focused on writing at like the past few months. Work last month and well the last 2 months at work has been so hectic, so I've barely had any time to do any kind of content creation, and honestly like I'm a little bit behind on reading because I've just been working so much. So yeah, I really want to do more video stuff because I haven't been doing it recently. I also want to do more on social, so like I'm trying really hard to like make and think of content for Instagram and TikTok, so if you're not following me over there, do check it out. I also really want to do, on top of my TBR, I really want to read some more indie fantasy, and I also have some books on NetGalley that I need to read. So there's just lots of little things I need to do. Around the house, there's so much to do. I kind of, in my head, I was like, I'm going to do spring cleaning and organising, and then work happened. I haven't done any of it, and it's now summer. So I really want to organise my different shelves. I've got shelves, and I don't know if you guys can see, I've got this shelf here, but I've got another one over the other side of the room, which is just full of DVDs, which I never watch because I have Netflix and Amazon Prime, and anything I do want to watch, I just watch on TV that I can just select it. So I really need to go through my DVDs and pick which ones I actually want to keep or give away or sell, I guess, because there's some on there that aren't on streaming services that I will watch. So I really came in handy last year. I had the Scooby-Doo live action films and I really wanted to watch them and they weren't anywhere, and I could watch them because I had a DVD. But if there's things on my shelf that are on streaming services and that I'm just never going to use the DVD because I can just watch it online, I kind of need to figure out what that means. So yeah, we'll figure it out. I've also got like my wardrobe to sort out. I need to go through all my clothes. I keep like changing weight, so a lot of my clothes don't fit me, or they're too big or they're too small, like both ways. And then I also need to organise like my bathroom cupboard, my dresser, all of my like skincare and things, and just get rid of anything that's either I've used like a couple of times and I've not got on with it and then I've just left it, or things that have just kind of ended up at the back of the cupboard and have expired or something, and I just probably won't want to put that on my face. So yeah, big house organisation, lots of reading, and then hopefully some nice cozy reading spots. If you've got any tips for balancing like work-life balance as well as looking after a home and also being a reader, let me know. But yeah, I think now I'm gonna go and do like a full list of what I want to do for the month. And then the sun it's kind of grey outside, but the sun is shining, so I might go sit outside whilst I do it and try to make use of the sun whilst we have it. Thank you for hanging out for my June reset though. Don't forget to tell me what you're reading this month. I'm really excited to see what everyone else is picking up for the summer. And then if you want to join the read-alongs for anything I'm reading this month, follow along on my blog. That's where I get all my discussion questions. That's where I kind of focus a lot of the book content and read-along content, but also Instagram and TikTok should have some more coming up too. And then just let me know if you're overcommitting to what you need to do this month like I am, because I don't want to be a mess on my own. So let's have a cozy, chaotic, bookish month together.